Are you the person that says, I can do this job better than them? I'm more qualified, and moreover, I can speak better, and I probably have more influence, and I have more great ideas. Are you that person? Well, if you are that person, then I'm speaking to you today. Good morning, beautiful people. Welcome to Monday Morning Talk, and today I will be your host. My name is Desana Watson. So for today, we're going to talk about something that has been bugging me for a while. I've sat in many offices and I've sat at many workplaces, and I'm constantly hearing this line of argument that I'm better than the boss, or I'm not sure why they lead that way, and if I were to do it, then I would do it that way, and I'm more qualified for it, and just I'm more skilled, and I speak better, and I can present better, and I put myself forward better, and basically I can do the job better. And then you go to church and you hear the same thing, but I can do praise and worship better, and I can preach better, and I'd be a better leader, I'd be a better coordinator. You go to weddings and you hear people say, if I had planned the wedding, and if I was the wedding coordinator, and if I had cooked the food. And there's this constant with all those arguments, and it is that because I'm qualified and because I have better ideas, I should do it. And what I had concluded was, and what the Lord really dealt with me about the conversations like that, is that the fact that you're qualified is not the indication that it is your time to lead. The fact that you have better ideas is not the time, it is not the indication that it is your time to use those ideas. Because the reality is everything under the sun has an appointed time to happen. And if you get there before your appointed time, you're going to be using appointed ideas for the wrong time to impact the wrong people. And if you get somewhere prematurely, life will send you packing. Life will send you packing. Because the reality is, the very same people that you're saying that, you know what, I can do it better, I'm more qualified. The fact is that there are some things that they have been graced to do that you, with your qualification and your brilliant ideas, cannot do it. Now, what are you there for? Because we're not going to deny the fact that you are great and your purpose to do great things. No, we're not. But what I want you to recognize is that you are the next best thing, and you are the next best thing because you have the privilege of serving under the now best, along with the ideas and the understandings that God has given you. So when it is your time, you can move into that as the next best. But you don't get to do that if you're busy overthrowing somebody in their season for the people that they're supposed to lead and for the ideas that they're supposed to push forward. You don't get to do that. Now, another thing is, Nehemiah was the king's cupbearer. Who? The king's cupbearer. And when it was time for God to transition him from a position of helping to lead, Nehemiah needed something. And he needed something that a lot of people would not have gotten. And that was a recommendation. Oftentimes, God have you serving under some great people, not because he's downplaying your anointing and your gifting. But look at this. When Nehemiah left, he asked the king one for time, and then he asked the king for letters that would help him at different points in his journey. A lot of people who would have went over their current leaders don't have that, the power of a recommendation. Let me just stop there. The power of a recommendation. Because when he got to the first gate, they would have said, listen to me, you're nobody, turn back. But because he had a letter from the king, a recommendation from the king, he was able to pass through territories that he should not otherwise have been able to pass through. Now, what does the power of a recommendation do for us? You know, gifted people, amazing people, the next best thinker, you know, we are. What does the power of a recommendation do? The power of a recommendation helps us to get our names into places that our names would not have been called in otherwise. Because these very same people that you're saying I can do it better than, when they call your name to some people and some opportunities open up, you will never believe, you will never imagine that you'd have gotten there. And when you question how it is that you know about me, why did you consider me, you begin to recognize that people were talking about you. Who was talking about you? The people that you're serving faithfully. What happens when you don't serve faithfully? What happens when they're there trying to lead, and before you help them and you are the person to support the vision and the mission of the organization, you're the one pulling it down? What happens when they go before those people? They're going to say, you know, I have a challenge, you know, and your name is going to be called, but your name is going to be called for the wrong thing. And so while the power of a good recommendation can put you into rooms that you were not qualified for, a bad recommendation will put your names into room and prevent you from getting certain blessings. What else can a good recommendation give us? A good recommendation from a leader can ensure that the people that you are called to lead will respect you and will respect your ideas. People, yes, you can gain their respect and their trust, but when a leader that they respect brings you before them and introduces you, the respect is different. And you will find that when it is time for you to bring your new ideas and for you to lead and you to have your flaws, they'll be more receptive to you. I urge us, as wonderful, amazing, the next best thing type of people with great anointings and about to do great thing, I urge us to not diss the people that have come before us. Don't diss them. Don't diss them. Learn from them. And remember, you are the next best thing because you have the opportunity to learn from the present best. And when you pair that with your new understanding and new ideas and your qualification, plus their recommendation, you're able to transition easily. I urge us to go forth and live great lives and to consider our actions, consider how we speak things into our atmosphere, and consider how we pull down the people that God have placed to put us up. Have a great Monday and the rest of the week. Love you all.